Oh, good evening, Dave.
Good
Hi,
evening.
Dave.
Right, should we start? I know Mr. Dobson's not here, but I think people are doing a lot of training, Dave. So if you get
Yeah,
on,
I was
cracking on. Yeah, crack on with it.
So, we've got training at the House on the Rock. We've got training in Nobioka. So I think the best bet's probably to go through them in that order. So, House on the Rock.
just a matter of interest, where is Baka?
Sorry.
I thought I'd have made it to Nobioka-ish, maybe. Been
You
sent
have
up.
indeed made it to Nobioka. You got sent up there by Uncle.
Has
So,
he turned up at one shoot?
Oddly enough, yes. Delivering something to him.
And the date is?
He would arrive 30 Kaminozuki rather.
Right, so I'm not there. I've gone.
Nope.
Long time. I've gone a long time before that.
I mean, the rest of you in Nobioka finish your week's training and decide to go and see how One Shoe's getting on, and you find a lad that you knew in the village has just arrived there. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes. So it's Kosa. No, so Kinzo I'm seeing, isn't it? Is that correct?
Kinzo and I think Harumi's. Sorry, who else is there?
Yeah,
Kinzo and Kyūryū are not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kinzo and Kyūryū are at the House of the Rock, I think.
Yeah.
But I think everybody else is in is in Nobioka.
No, it's Kosa and Kyūryū.
Sorry, Kosa and
Kosa.
Kyūryū, yes.
Kyūryū, yes, my apologies. Kosa and Kyūryū.
I always mix up Kosa and Kinzo, man. Kosa and Kinzo,
So-
yeah.
Oh, hang on. So as the door opens, a giant mountain of a man steps through the door with a top knot dressed like a sumo wrestler. And he'll see One Shoe and go straight over and bow, kowtow to him, and say, "Uncle has sent me with message." And I'll grab it at the back.
Get up. You'll hurt your knees if you do that.
And then stand up. And passing over the message whilst bowing.
He will have a look at the message, raise his eyebrow, look at you, say, yeah, possibly. Welcome to Nobioka, young Baka.
Pleasure.
You know these three? He says, pointing at Yanagi, Kinzo, and Harumi.
The trainers at the barracks keep going on about their star pupils that are off living their life, and Uncle may have let slip something a little bit about you being maybe potentially involved with one of the groups up this way, and I seriously have to make sure I can show you I'm worthy potentially of you putting in a good word for me if possible.
Yeah, you come across this guy. Thick as two short ends. Good description.
Oh, yeah. You will all know that the Japanese word for dumb is baka.
So his name is
You were
Dumb.
cruel to him, weren't you?
Sorry?
I'm just saying they were cruel to you in the village, weren't they, calling
Oh,
you
yeah.
Baka?
Oh, yeah. So the best way of getting around that is get big.
Yes. Anyway,
Have we done any training, or are we about to start?
well, you should have had a week in the last week of Kaminozuki.
Yeah, we've had 1 week of training so far.
Did I not do that for you, Kinzo? I thought you had were training in the Harvest Blessing School in Shinten for that week. Is that right, Tim? I'd got you training in Harvest Blessings in Shinten.
Oh, no,
Kyūryū
that's fine.
Go-
You've got it written down. I was just looking at my sheet going, yes, my Shintan's gone up by 5, so yes. No, I was just checking because you say it's the end of the month, and I wasn't quite sure where we were.
I've got notes right
Oh.
up to the 11th of Shimotsuki, actually.
Okay.
I've got the first week.
What I listened to today, you finished bang on the new year. You'd all just leveled, gone up a year.
Yeah, that's right. I think maybe I had just written the plans for the first week in Shimotsuki, actually.
You'd spoken
Well,
to
we
a
have
trainer.
because we have sort of Kyūryū because I've arranged 3 weeks training for us,
Yeah.
like groveling to the sensei.
Right. So, what is the actual current campaign date?
The first,
You
I
have
think.
just finished 30 Kaminazuki,
Yeah.
which is the I think that's the last day of the Year of the Rat, was it? Let me just check that.
Year of the Ox.
It was the end of the year because you
My
wanted
apologies,
to.
last day of the Year of the Ox, and you're just entering the Year of the Tiger.
Yeah, the
Yes,
tiger.
you wanted to stop the last session because it was the end of the second year, and that was as far as you'd planned. Return to
Correct.
schools and that.
I had to generate more training for the various schools. I had actually got another 6 weeks down on the list, but you lot had raced through so much of the campaign so far. Right, I've generated another 2 years.
Nice.
So, we are just entering week 1 of Shimotsuki. And at the House of on the Rock, there's another 2 weeks before Hachiji is going to be starting to teach Atemiwaza. So the next 2 weeks, the first week there are classes in Tonfate and Atemiwaza, and then the following week there is a class in Shuriken Jutsu.
We were going to do the Shuriken Jutsu one. What were we doing for the first week?
You haven't actually decided because
I think the problem was that the teacher's not as good as me. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
Correct.
It was
Both
because it's
teachers are
Atemiwaza.
not as good as you in Atemiwaza in that
I'm
first
just going
week.
to train it on my own for a week.
Okay, so you're going to be training by yourself. Okay.
Not by
Much,
not by itself with me, because I'm too good to get training in Atemiwaza as well.
Yeah. You do believe in making life difficult for me.
Yeah, so I do.
What's yours? Yours is even higher than mine, I think, and mine's is pretty high.
Yeah.
Right.
I only
So,
expect to get a tiny, tiny amount, but
Yeah, so
yeah. Okay.
Atemiwaza is effective permanent 85. It's pretty high, so I've got base BCS 19.
Right. So, as far as training is concerned, you are studying in trainings, so your skill would go up by your learning rate plus any learning bonuses over twice your learning hindrances. Okay.
I'm training in a school, just not with a teacher.
So you're not training with a teacher. You're studying at an academy. They are willing to allow you to do that, so you would get +1 for that. You get +1 because it's a bonus skill.
Yep, that's +2. Yep.
And so the question is, hang on. 1 second. Are you fully literate in hiragana?
Yeah, I am indeed.
Yeah. That means your score is 89.
Is it indeed?
What's fluent in hiragana?
10. BCS of 10.
You need BCS of 10 in hiragana.
I've got 9.
Difficult.
So I can't get that bonus.
You should have
what,
concentrated on your letters more.
Oh yeah.
what's your current skill?
In hiragana, my base BCS is
No.
9.
No.
Who was it?
In the Temiwaza, it is 85. Yes, 85.
Which is greater than the teaching scroll they have available in katakana.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore you cannot use it.
So I'm just getting.
So you're getting +2, and Kosa is getting +3. You're studying without a teacher, and you're over 60 points. So you are at 4 hindrances. Sorry, 2 hindrances. So that's divided by 4. So it's learning rate +3 over 4 for you, and learning rate +2 over 4 for Kyūryū.
4 over 4 is pretty easy, that's 1.
Okay.
So is that 1 in the permanent on Temiwaza?
Correct.
Thank you.
Gives me a BCS, that's all that I needed.
Yeah, it doesn't give me anything.
Okay. You do not get a +1 on your school status for that. While they're willing to let you use the facilities, then it doesn't actually give you any bonuses.
Yeah.
No, that's fair enough.
Okay. Let's do to the end of this particular month for you, then we'll go and do a month for the others. So,
Shuriken Jutsu we're down for the next week, I believe.
okay, the following week you are looking at Shuriken Jutsu under Sashimi. So, Shuriken Jutsu. Now, as far as usable Torimono is concerned, presumably you both have skills less than 87.
In Shuriken Jutsu, yes. Oh, yes.
Well,
very much so.
In that case, you both get 5 plus your learning rate at a cost of 5 silver.
Okay. That's handy.
And +1 on your status.
Makes the maths easy.
So that was 7 I got at the cost of 5 silver.
One status.
And 1 status.
Earn status. And that's. Hey, I've gone up a stat.
Oh, I went up 1 as well. I went up to 11 base BCS.
Doesn't help much.
Did that go up 2?
Up
what was it on before? I don't know. No, I think that went up
just
1.
do Control Z and undo it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it did go up 2.
I did.
Yeah,
So
it went up from 9 to 11.
Physical.
Right,
I've
hang
actually
on.
got a full stat increase in it.
So House of the Rock, it's
Not
in
there.
earn status, isn't it? +1.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I get plus 0.2 on a physical, you say?
If your BCS went up by 2, you get +0.2 on a physical.
Beautiful stuff. That'll put my strength from 15.3 to 15.5. Halfway to a point in strength.
And the last week in that month is the
Well, the
first
next
week, which you agreed that you had Hachimi agreeing to teach a class in a Temiwaza.
Yes, we've got 3 weeks.
Yeah, the master.
Well, let's just do the first week and
okay.
in this month. So, in this case, his level is higher than yours, although he's not level 6. He is a master. It's bonus for you. Now, as far as usable Torimono is concerned, there's one available that Kosa can use, but not one for Kyūryū. So, Kosa, you get 5 plus your learning rate, obviously halved, at a cost.
We lost you when you said that cost of.
I lost you there, Dave.
Sorry. Kosa gets 5 plus learning rate at a cost of 5.
Cost of 5.
Kyūryū gets 4 plus learning rate at a cost of 5.
Okay, so I go up by 6.
And you get 0.1 physical for each BCS you go up, and +1 status.
Okay, so I had to get plus 0.1 in physical, so that goes up to 15.6. +1 status. And here's another thing, Kosa. I don't have another 5 silver. In fact, I don't have another 1 silver, my friend. Remember when you said that you might help me out with money? I'm down to just copper.
Well, I'll give you 3 gold. All right, here's 3 gold.
Oh, wow. Right, okay, so I've got 2 and 7 silver. Right? You said 5, didn't you, Dave?
Yep.
Thank you. Kosa, thank you so much, my brother. I am very grateful. I'm sure we will make more money and I'll be able to repay you in no time. Thank you, my friend. The training is very important.
Don't worry about it. It's,
Okay, let us go back to Nobioka and go through everybody's training for the month of Shimatsuki. So, Kinzo, what were you planning on doing?
Zazen, if I can get some.
Okay, so let's have a look and see what's available.
you definitely need to work on your letters, Kyūryū.
Yeah, mate.
For Graham's benefit, Zazen is meditation.
Yeah.
We could probably do you Kyūryū to get you literate.
Yeah.
Do that next if I were you. Next time we get some
Let's
skills.
see.
Yeah, if
Sorry,
it's
I'm
going to
just
make a
looking
difference
see
to
whether
my martial studies, then I
it's
definitely will. Kosa. Sorry, Dave.
And sorry, I'm just looking through to see what's available. Week 1 Shimasuki, no. 68. The Flyer of Hyuga School is planning to teach meditation in the 2nd week. And 69. And nobody is supposedly teaching it the 3rd week. So your best bet might be to try and get somebody in the Flower of Hyuga to teach you meditation.
Oh, no. If there's no teachers available, I shall go back to the Harvest Blessing Shrines and scrounge some more Shinten.
Okay, the Harvest Blessing sign, Tagami Denwa is teaching that. So let's just go to the Harvest Blessing Shrine. Tagami Denwa is teaching Shinten. Let's just find that. Jolly good. And he is higher level than you, and it is not a bonus for you. And can't remember, did he have a suitable teaching scroll for Shinten? Shinten, your current score is less than 81, yes?
It certainly is.
In that case, he has a teaching
42
scroll you can use. In that case, you gain 5 plus your learning rate.
Woohoo!
And
Can you make it 8?
5 plus your learning rate. Well, if your
you
learning
can't make
rate
it
is, if your learning rate was 3, then that would be 8.
It's getting. It's going to be at 49. I'm looking at the sheet. I'm showing the sheet.
Damn. Okay, 49 it says.
And you gain another point of status at the Harvest Blessing Shrine. The 2nd week, I presume you are going along to the Flower of Hyuga School. Would that be correct?
Yes, I am, and I'm going to join their class if I can.
Certainly. Roll a D20. There is a chance there may not be a space, but it's not very high.
It has done what it normally do when you first start rolling. It's rolled a 20.
Sadly, there isn't space this week. But you would have been able to tell that. There would have been a kind of note on the board to say that, that it was full when you looked at it the previous week. So if you wish, you can have a look and see what else is available. Is teaching Shinten there this week if you want.
Sorry, Dave, I lost you there.
My apologies.
No, I'm not sure if it's you or me.
It was Dave.
It was Dave,
assume
yeah.
it's me.
Okay. Very
The
kind.
GM's normally at fault.
Well, I'll go back to the Harvest Blessings and do some more Shinten then, because I'm not
Okay.
quite where I want to be yet.
Well, Faransu Hiruma is teaching there. Unfortunately, he's not as skilled. So I'm afraid that you only get 3 plus your learning rate this week.
That's enough. It takes me above 50, which is what I want.
Okay. So in that case, well, add another status and add 0.05 per BCS you went up. So presumably you went up 0.05 last week and 0.05 this week.
Yeah, my wit is now 11.2. I am smart. Me.
Check you out.
Actually,
And,
How smart you are.
last month.
and for the last week of that month, as I said, I don't think anybody is teaching meditation that week, but I'll just double check.
Is anybody teaching hiragana?
Hiragana.
Ah, that'd be wise. That's what I'm going to do next time I do any training.
Sadly, no. Kanji, yes. There are 2 people teaching kanji of the Temple of Dragon at Peace.
No, I'm not quite ready yet to bend my brain with kanji.
Okay.
Same, mate, same.
Other things, well, Sengetsu, the priest Sengetsu is teaching Shinten at the Harvest Blessing Shrine, or you could get it at one of the other 2 shrines. Other skills being taught this week: Chikujo Jutsu, Iai Jutsu, Boya, Narinaga Jutsu, Raja Yoga and Jit Jutsu, playing the samisen, Chinese classics and herbalist, or Nunchaku Te Saite or Kamajutsu. But I doubt very much you want any of those.
Well, I do, but not at the moment. So I'll actually take a week down on the docks working instead.
Fair enough. Let me check and see what's available. Being a sensible GM, I have actually generated the jobs on the docks, and therefore there is work available for 8 of the 10 days, and you can earn 28 copper less 10 copper for your food, so that's 18 copper.
Woohoo!
Yeah, you're rolling in it, aren't you?
Well, yes. Before you go any further, Dave, I'm going to leave 12 koku with 1 shoe, okay? Because I don't want to carry it all about. But I won't do that till I've heard that Kyūryū has been robbed and has lost all his money. But I'm telling you now because it's easier, okay?
Yeah. Okay, fine.
If you notice, it's actually on my character sheet.
Well, I will trust you to say that. Hang on a second. there isn't a lot of news coming from the house on the rock, probably due to the fact that there's still about 3 feet of snow on the ground.
Well, I hope they're freezing their toes off.
Well, asceticism is one of the methods of training you people in the arts of Atemiwaza, etc. Being able to fight with numb fists, etc. toughens you up.
If you say so.
Well, that's what the sensei at the house on the rock's telling the trainees there. I'm not sure they believe him.
Now, we've already established winter's the big bad for the whole campaign. It's the thing that almost kills us every year.
Well, it didn't do you any good earlier in the winter. But
So
to
we've
be
still
honest,
got all our fingers and toes and bits. That's not a problem.
well, agreed. And let's face it, the winter's a lot worse this year than it was last year. So Yanagi isn't available. He's not here today. So we've done Kinzo. So Harumi, what were you planning on doing these 3 weeks? Do you want to know what was available in terms of training for the 3 weeks?
We've already done my 1 week, or is this the...
You did the first week, which was the last week in Kamen Nozuki.
Oh, okay.
So we're now into Shimotsuki. Hang on a second. I am just going to simplify matters. And I'm going to copy and paste special values, the training for each week. And then it saves me having to look it up each time. And I can always then delete it if need be. So, as far as training for this week is concerned, you're not interested in any of the temple or shrine training, I presume?
No.
Okay. As far as the schools are concerned, training is available in Bajutsu, Yarinaga Jutsu, or Iai Jutsu, Kenjutsu, Armory, Jitjutsu, Japanese classics, hawking and playing the fue, Saite, and, wait for it, Hiragana.
Do I really need... Yeah, I'm fine with Hiragana. The only one that's really
Or
interesting...
You can try and persuade one of the teachers who's already teaching a class to teach you something that you really want.
I just picked up School of Metal. I wouldn't mind getting a little bit more of that.
Okay. So, you are going to try and persuade somebody at the... Which school? Art of Go school again?
Yeah, Artigo.
Okay. Now, I'm going to have to go to that particular sheet, because my master sheet doesn't tell me what their specialties are. So, Art of Go Nobioka, fine. And let's just move that up to the front. So, as far as the Art of Go school, Kyūryū, Mizuno, and Naoe are teaching. And let's have a look at their skills. You're looking at School of Metal in particular, is that correct?
Yes. Get more training.
Okay, let's just filter on School of Metal to make life easy for myself. Why not? And I said it was Kyūryū, Mizuno, and Naoe. Kyūryū, Mizuno. Well, in actual fact, that's great. From your previous training at the Art of Go School, you know Kyūryū is a master of the art. Mizuno and Nae both know it, but they are not masters. And Kyūryū is already teaching a class this week. The question is, can you persuade him to teach you what you want? Okay?
Mhm.
You need to make a successful status BCS in that school, and your status BCS in the school at the present moment, your group status there is 11, so your status BCS would be 2.
And remember, Brian, you can increase your chance of the roll +1 for every +1 silver, is it?
Okay, now you can add +5 to that because he's already working and he's not completely busy. Hang on a second, let me just double check he's not completely busy.
Go to 7.
No, he's not completely busy. So that takes it up to 7, plus another one for each pupil, so that would take it to 8. And then plus another one for... So if you make a gift, you might be able to persuade him.
Okay, you
You
cut out
better.
there a bit what the additional, the
Sorry.
last plus was.
So your basic status BCS is 2.
Yeah.
Plus 5 because he's already teaching, and plus 1 because you're an extra pupil in this class. So that's basically plus 6, which puts you up to a status BCS of 8. Plus 1 per additional silver piece gift that you give him.
Okay.
And that's only up to a maximum of 2d6, and you don't know what that 2d6 roll is until I make it.
So you can give them up to 12 that could be effective, but only you don't know how many of those are effective. Caps out.
Yeah.
So do you wish to make a gift? And if so, how much?
We reach the wheel a little.
I'll make a gift of monies in increments of 10, correct?
No. There's
No,
30 copper to a silver, and then 12 silver to a gold.
I'll give him 1 gold.
Okay, well that would be your maximum of 2d6 if it is. So let us just roll to see what that 2d6 roll is. Going to Bushido. Okay, and rolling 2d6. He will accept effectively 6. So your status BCS has gone up to 14. So you need to roll 14 or less on a d20 to persuade him to teach you that particular week.
So he accepts the full 12 gold, the full 1 gold, but only half of it was.
Yes,
effective.
he accepts the gold, but sadly he's not willing to teach you
Not
that
this
week.
Unlucky, mate.
Do you wish to try one of the other 2?
Yes.
Okay. Do you wish to make them a gift or just rely on your 8 BCS?
I'll just rely on the 8 BCS.
In that case, you trek round the school and make a two further BCS rolls. D20? No. And the second one?
Unlucky,
No.
mate. Should have
Sadly,
reached the wheel again.
neither of them are keen to teach School of Metal this week.
Okay.
So going back to the information, what do you wish to learn? If you wish to train at the Art of Go School, Kyūryū is teaching Japanese classics.
Then I'll go Japanese classics.
Okay. In that case, Kyūryū is teaching Japanese classic. Do you already have that skill, or is this a new one you're learning?
No, I do have it.
Fair enough. What's your skill level at the moment?
40.
Okie doke. And therefore there is... Let me just check and see if there is a teaching scroll. There are no teaching scrolls available in katakana and hiragana. There is one available in kanji. What's your skill in? Are you fully literate in kanji?
Angie is. What's the BCS need to be again?
Then.
It's 17.
Check you out.
Well, yes, there is a teaching scroll available for you, yes. So therefore, your Japanese classics will go up by 5 plus your learning rate at a cost of 5 silver.
5 silver is not a problem. So 5 plus my learning.
And check how many BCS as you go up. You get that times 0.05 on a mental.
Goes up 1. So 0.0 what?
0.05 ornamental, wit or will,
Okay. Yeah.
and 1 status in the school, the art of go. What do you wish to do the second week? Second week, the temples appear to be busy cleaning or doing something else, so there's little training there. The Art of Go school is only teaching Chinese classics this week. Meditation is being taught at the Flower of Hyuga school, as is rhetoric.
What's the advantage of having meditation?
Meditation, if you master it, you can master it several times, and each time you master it, you could increase your ki by 1. It can be used for other things, particularly associated with magic and religious stuff. So meditation is quite often useful.
The only downside is you can master it many times. You stop getting stat bonuses after the first time. It's still worth it for the key.
Or you could try and ask somebody to teach you School of Metal again. Enya is teaching at the Art of Go school, and what's Enya's skill in the School of Metal? Enya has a skill of only 65, so your current skill in metal is
7.
Yes, but your percentage in the School of Metal is what, 35 something?
No, it's 7.
Only 7.
I just learned it.
Oh well, in that case, yes, he's definitely better than you.
Yeah.
Do you wish to try and persuade Enya to teach you School of Metal this week? Okay, BCS of 8 again, unless your status has gone up. I don't think it has.
Don't think so.
No, your group status is... Hang on a second. You didn't increase your earned status in the Art of Go school, did you?
For the first week, for the first one I did.
Really? Where did you put it? Because I thought you'd already had a week's training in the Art of Go.
Yeah.
And your earned status is only shown as 1 under the Art of Go school.
Yeah, that was the very first time I ever went to the Art of Go.
Right. Okay, fair enough. In that case, I was wrong. No, my apologies. The last week of Kaminazuki, you trained for a week at the Art of Go in the School of Metal.
Yeah.
This is your second week. You've now had 2 weeks of training. Oh no, you did you take meditation last week? What did you do
Yeah.
last week? Fair enough. In that
Oh no,
case,
the last week was Japanese
Japanese
class.
classics
So it's
at the Art of
meditation
Go
this
School.
week.
No, at the Art of Go School. So therefore, you got another status in the Art of Go,
So
which
that
puts
should
your
be 2.
earn status up to 2. Sadly, that just puts your group status at 12, which means your BCS is still 2. So therefore, you're still at a net 8 on your BCS roll to get them to accept you. So, did you succeed?
I'm actually going to gift her. Or gift
What are you
them
going to gift her?
another goal.
Okay. She will accept the gold, and that will boost it by another 2. Putting your
Jeez.
in Flint, putting your BCS up to 10.
Oh,
Roll your D20.
Good luck, Brian. Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
No, she's not willing to teach you. That's
Look
skill.
at those 2
this week.
rolls in a row, man.
let's go for meditation.
Dear, oh dear. Life is not good. Okay, so
All my good rolls on the weekend.
you are going to the Flower of Hyuga School to learn meditation. You see Kinzo there. And let me just go to the Flower of Hyuga School. And Flower of Hyuga. There we go. And Hirata Masahide is learning it, is teaching it. Teaching meditation. He's higher level than you. I can't remember. Is meditation a bonus skill for you? I think it should be. 1 second.
Yeah, it is.
Bonus for Gakusho and Shigenja. Yes, correct. Good. So it's a bonus, and as far as teaching scrolls are concerned, there is a kanji mastery Torimono available. So yes, you get that bonus as well. So you gain 5 plus your learning rate at a cost of 5.
Okay.
So I don't believe you've learnt there. So if you start a new group called Flower of Hyuga,
How do you spell Hyuga?
Hyuga.
Okay.
Click the drop down for group standing, and you are now a member of that school.
Okay.
And that increases your earn status by 1.
1.
And that should automatically bring your group status in as well.
Yeah.
And let me just double check what. That is a multiple of 0.4. So if you just put a 0.4 in the multiple column.
Go.
Okie doke. So, and you've now added meditation as a new skill, so put FIS in the FIS column because it's now one of your freely improvable skills. Okay. So that makes a total of 6 freely improvable skills so far, means you only have another 14 that you could do if you wanted. Right, you gained a BCS, so therefore you can add 0.05 to a mental. Unless you've already done it.
Okay, can you repeat that? I didn't quite hear.
You went up a BCS,
Yes.
so therefore you can add 0.05 to one of your mental attributes.
Okay. Well, up will goes.
And for the last week in the month, let's see what's available. At the Art of Go School, there are classes being taught in Play Samisen, the Chinese Classics, and Herbalist. Do you wish to try and persuade Kyūryū, who is teaching the class in Play Samisen, to teach you School of Metal?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Okey-doke. Well, you're currently on 8. Do you wish to make him a gift?
I'll do 1 gold.
I really hope you get
Is
some
that
better
ever
luck this time,
punishment?
Brian. mate.
Gotta try.
Okay,
Gotta try.
let's see how much he's influenced by that.
It's a little better.
It's a little better. So your BCS has gone up to 12 that he will teach you. So roll a d20. 12 or less. Yes!
Finally.
Yes! Finally. Kyūryū is willing to teach you. And so the Art of Go, we have Kyūryū teaching School of Metal. And as far as Torimona is concerned, yes, there are scrolls available, so you will gain 5 plus your learning rate at a cost of 5.
Okay.
Okay, so your raw BCS has gone up by 1, so therefore you can add another 0.05 to a mental. Did we get that?
Gonna put it right there.
And you could add another 1 status to Art of Go School. And that's you for that month.
There we go.
Baka, you are new to town.
Yep.
There are a number of schools and temples and shrines available.
It's far too cold to go outside at the moment. Far, far too cold. Sod that. I think if One Shoe doesn't mind, I'd like to help him rearrange his warehouse several times by moving as many heavy things around and spend a month working on my strength, please.
Righto. Well, he will actually say that it'd be much better for you to work out on the dot because you'll be using more muscles in kind of walking around and lifting stuff and laying stuff down. Moving stuff around the warehouse, you won't get as much exercise.
If you want some free labor for a month, I don't mind as long as it's heavy stuff.
Yes. Okay, so effectively you're going to be doing strength training for that month.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me just double check. I think that just comes. So the question is there anywhere available? The docks aren't really suitable. So you really need somewhere that has the appropriate trainers available. So you could...
Buddhist temple?
Pardon?
Or the Buddhist temples?
Buddhist temples aren't really suitable for strength training. Wit and will training, yes. Strength training, no. So you really need to go to one of the martial schools, either martial or martial arts. Now, in Nobioka, you have the Rice Harvest School, which is a martial school, and you have the Moving Way School, which is a martial arts school. So you would have to ask one of them to train you. The other option is to see whether you can find a gym around the town that's not associated with the school. There may be one available. You can always ask one show.
Would neither of those schools would be able to train Sumai, and it's going to have to be the Buddhist temples to go to Bojutsu, is that correct?
As far as Bojutsu is concerned, 1 second.
There's what?
A second. My mouse jumped across
So they've
2
done-
screens.
Added this kind of basketball?
Yeah.
Weekends? I didn't know that.
As far as
Free
Bojutsu is concerned,
Yeah, at 3 and
that's
3 is a
normally
little harder.
available. That's normally available in one of the general schools. It's also available. As the temples are concerned, yeah. Generally, the temples or one of the general schools are the places to learn Bojutsu.
Would one of the general schools that does Bojutsu potentially have a gym? Because I'd quite like to sort of get in with somewhere that I can get both my
There isn't
training.
a general school in Nobioka.
Ah,
The Flower of Hyuga is a gentleman's academy.
yep.
The Rice Harvest School is martial. The Art of Go is a fine arts school. The Moving Wave is martial arts. And the Dawn of Time, that is a fine arts school again. There are no general schools in Nobioka.
Okay, I'll ask Kinzo if he knows a good Budoka school that might have a gym that I could use.
Well, he would say the only martial arts school in town is the Moving Wave School.
In that case, I'll put on my nice warm clothes and I'll head down to the Moving Wave School.
Okay. So you're basically asking to use their facilities and one of the trainers. So since there are people there, effectively, you're going to be asking them to let you use their gym. The instructor is already working, so you need to make a status BCS roll to get in. Be +5, +6 because he's already training other people and you're an additional pupil in there. So that's your base BCS would be 6 plus 1 per extra silver piece up to 2d6.
Well, I need to start getting some reputation. So,
Well, basically, once you've got into their gym once, you would be able to get in over and over again. You know, it's not like it's a separate class and you're asking them to teach something else. Once you've got accepted, then you can go in, without having to re-roll. But getting in the first time, you have no reputation there, so you need to persuade them to do it. Now, you can try and influence them by making a successful BCS roll in the skill that you're doing, but if you fail that, then that will, if you get a negative effect. So effectively what you'd have to do is make a saving throw against your strength. If you want to do strength training, any positive numbers will boost your status roll. Negative numbers will detract from it.
I've got a saving throw of 11, so that's 50-50, so I'm going to go with that. So,
okay.
D20?
So are you going to make a gift to him first?
Oh, yeah. 4 silver is what I'm going to offer.
Okay, so you're giving him 4 silver. You then get to make a strength saving throw. Roll your D20. Fail by 2.
Yeah.
Okay, he is willing to take 4 silver into account. Now that is economic use of your funds.
It's the only silver I had. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So that means that you will get +4 but -2, so a net of +2 on your base chance of 6. So that means on an 8 or less, you're allowed to use their facilities.
So another D20.
Yep, 8 or less.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. Now, all you have to worry about is paying for the use of their facilities at the end of the week.
I hope they got change for gold. I do have at least a little bit of that.
They do have change for gold.
Cool.
Okay, so you spend 3 weeks strength training. So you can put your strength up by 1.
And to do that in this stage of the game, I just change the permanent value. Is that correct?
Change the permanent value to
That's
31.
right.
Cool. Yep.
Which puts your unarmed combat damage up to a D10, your damage bonus up to +3, and you can carry 62 pounds without worrying. You start a new group status of the Moving Wave School. So under description, in the first group, put Moving Wave School.
Yep.
Okay. Select the drop down for group standing and change that to member.
Excellent.
And then put 3 in your earned status column.
Yep.
And let me just drag those down. The multiple is 0.3.
Yep. That puts my global up to 3, yeah?
So your global status as a member of that school is now 3.
Excellent.
Which is actually your highest global status.
Triple.
Okay. Your global status BCS is currently 0, but never mind.
Is it an average of the two as well?
No. Basically, your group status in the school is 13. So your status BCS as a member of that school in trying to get anything done as a member of that school is 2. Your global status across Nippon, you kind of drop things into conversation, and oh yes, I've trained for a month at the Moving Wave School. That gives you a global status of only 3.
Right, got you.
But it's still better than anything else you've got.
Early days.
I mean, if you were something like a Bushi, your global status would be much higher, but it isn't. Anyway, so that is the end of that particular month.
How much does that cost me to do that?
Right, so that's 3 weeks training. That will set you back 3 silver.
Okay, so my gold goes down to 1, and is 12, isn't it? So that'd be 9.
So you have
9
9
silver.
silver.
Yeah, cool. All good, thanks.
Okie doke. Right, so that was the month of Shimotsuki. Now, back to the house on the rock. We are into the month of Shiwasu. You have at least 2 weeks of training planned. And what were you planning on doing? Beyond that, were you planning on training further?
I think, well, depending on the weather, if the weather's atrocious, we'll stay where we are. But if the weather starts to improve, we'll come back to Nobuyoki.
Go back to Kinzo and the gang, yeah.
Because it's after these 2 weeks, we will be past the official end of winter. So see what the weather's doing.
Yeah, see what the weather does. We're not getting caught out in it again, man.
Yeah.
I will stay put if there's any sign of snow. Like, I'm not moving. I will be putting my feet up.
Fair enough. So you've got 2 weeks training in that. I'm just checking something else. Right, so let's go back to my training sheet. So, house on the rock. Move that to the front. So the 2 of you have 2 weeks training in Atemiwas with Hachiji. And
Week of Shuriken
at
Jutsu.
the present moment... Sorry, what do you say, Shuriken Jutsu?
And we had a week of Shuriken Jutsu as well.
No. You had 2 weeks... Oh, my apologies. Yes, you had 2 weeks training in Atemiwaza, and then he was teaching a class in Shuriken Jutsu. So, as far as that is concerned, your 2 weeks of Atemiwaza Kosa will net you 10 plus twice your learning rate at a cost of 10.
Is this us doing the next month now?
This is the first 2 weeks of Shiwasu.
Yeah, this is week 2 and 3 of our 3-week period.
Correct.
So this is the 1st to the 20th of... What's the month called?
Shiwasu.
Shiwasu.
Correct. Yeah.
Shiwasu. Shiwasu.
Thank you.
So, Kosa gets 10 plus his learning rate. Kyūryū only gets 8 plus his learning rate.
So that's 10. 8. What did you say? 8 plus learning rate.
Yeah. 8 plus twice your learning rate because it's 2 weeks.
Oh, so my learning rate is 2, so 8 plus 4, 12.
Yeah. Halved if you're over 60, of course.
So 6.
Yes,
Okay, that's the permanent column you change, isn't it?
correct.
I went up by a BCS.
Which gives you another 0.1 in a physical.
Is that 2 more points in status in the school as well?
And 2 more points in status in the school.
House in the Rock, aren't we?
Correct.
Nice.
And unfortunately, we now have a master of a Temiwaza, correct?
No.
What does it take to become a master?
99.
Permanent or effective?
Permanent.
Mine's is 98.
Permanent.
But you can't increase it over 99.
It's 98.
Well, you should really increase it to 100, then drop back to 99.
I am actually over 100.
Well done.
I'm
Anyway.
100.7. I'm actually 100.75.
So,
Okay, that's
Kosa?
fine. Right, you drop back to 90.
Yeah, I put 99 in the permanent. Yeah.
You're 99.
And that's at a cost of
Have you
10
gone up
silver.
a
eh?
BCS?
Yeah.
That was a cost of 10 silver.
Yeah,
So increase
I've done
your
that.
physical.
Yeah, I've done the speed. Yeah. 10
Okay.
silver. So that's.
Add
12
5 to your on from the skills in cell G46.
Actually, it's 10, Dave.
Is it 10? Oh, my apologies.
Yes,
10.
it's
It's
5
bonus,
in
yes,
about
10.
it's bonus skill.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
10,
yeah.
yeah.
This is just
That's
Kosa
10.
because he's mastered it, isn't it?
He's mastered it.
Mhm.
You're 1% away.
1% of it.
So close.
Kosa can
And
teach me
add
that.
a point of key.
Point of key. Yeah. See, I told you to construct your letters. Kyūryū.
Nice job, Kosa. Well, I'm sure you can train me to mastery level with your.
Well, hang on.
Go.
I've done the wrong one there. Oops. Done the wrong one there. Let's have a look. That's it.
Okay. So that was the first 2 weeks. At the end of the first 2 weeks in Shiwasu, there is still 4 inches of snow on the ground.
Wow.
And you wake up to a frost.
Okay, looks like we're stopping another week.
Yep. I'm happy with that, Kosa. No
right.
arguments here,
I
mate.
know what I'm doing. I just want to pay the school to allow me to stay there and use their facilities. That's possible.
Well, they have no objection to you staying and using their facilities.
I'll
so that will be another silver.
I'll look at what training they've got.
So,
Dave.
okay, 'cause I am got an Okuden that I want to start learning.
Ooh, shit, you.
I'm going to learn it myself.
Ooh. You mean
I'm not gonna be
you
able
want
to-
to start inventing an Okuden?
Yes, I'm not going to. No way, I'm going to convince them to teach me once. I'll learn my own.
Okie doke. I
Right,
will
but
have
it's-
to put that to one side and work out with you how useful the school is, because I need to sort out their library. Okay?
Yeah, I'm. Yeah.
I'll still.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't kind of counting on that, but yeah.
Okay, as far as you're concerned, Kyūryū,
Mhm.
House on the Rock in that week. There are classes in massage, shuriken jutsu, and temiwaza from a master who is not as from someone who's not as good as you.
Okay, I'll do that. Tell you. The shuriken jutsu then.
Okay, so that
Cost of 5 silver.
is Hachiji, who is a master.
Okay.
So shuriken jutsu.
I'm under 60, so I get the full, not the half.
Okay. Where is? In that case, there is a usable Torimono. So you get 5 plus your learning rate at a cost of 5 silver.
So I get 7 in Shuriken Jutsu, that puts me over the 50. Puts my BCS up 1, so I'll dump that 0.1 in strength again. And that's me up to 15.8 on strength. Only 2 more weeks of training away from another point on strength.
And you both get another point in status for that week at the House on the Rock.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, kind and malevolent Kami of the character sheets.
Kind and malevolent.
To Brian
You did say
tonight, anyway.
malevolent, didn't you?
I said benevolent. I said benevolent, but if you want to talk about
Oh,
Brian's
I
rules.
misheard you. Okay, so that's it. At the end of the 3rd week, there is no snow on the ground. And temperatures have generally been above freezing for the last 5 days.
Oh, wow.
It's
Makes
still not
changes.
warm. It's
It'll
not
do.
not
It's
got
good
above
enough.
10 degrees, but it's above freezing.
Yeah, it's safer.
That'll do for me.
We're safe to travel back to Nobuoka, Kosa.
Bit nippy, but it's alright. I've had worse.
Still winter weather, but it's
Still the winter
it's
guard.
getting better.
Yeah,
Back in Nobuoka,
we'll hit the road, Kosa.
Kinzo, what do you wish to do? Now, let me just do the next couple of weeks of what training's available. So, and I will tell you what is available in those weeks. 70, 71, 79. Well, I can certainly tell you what is on the board for what they've got planned for those 2 weeks.
Right, I'm going to go to the Moving Wave School and see if they've got any Atemi Waza training.
Okay. Right, as far as the Moving Wave School is concerned, 1st week they're doing training in Nunchaku-te and Saite. The sensei is actually doing the training in Nunchaku-te. The 2nd week the sensei is training in Jujutsu, and there is also training in Jojutsu. And the 3rd week there is training in Saite and Jojutsu. Now, as far as the Moving Wave School is concerned, let me just go and get it and move it to the front. To there. Right. So, as far as the Moving Wave School is concerned, the sensei is, as you would expect, a master in Atemi Waza. So, do you wish to try and persuade him to teach you Atemi Waza that 1st week?
No. If it's none available, I shall go to the Art of Go and see if they're doing hiragana.
Art of Go is teaching School of Wood this week. Sorry, my apologies. The Art of Go is teaching Chinese classics and Japanese classics this week, as well as Herbalist. My apologies.
Okay, I'll take another week of work on the docks then.
Okay. And going back to there. Shiwasu. The 1st week, you make a net 12 copper.
Excellent. Then I'll go back to the Moving Wave and join the Jujutsu school, since that's what they're on.
Fair enough. So, Jujutsu, his level is greater than yours. It is bonus for you. And are you fully fluent in hiragana or kanji? Fully literate in hiragana or kanji?
No, because I can't get any training in it.
Right. Okay. So you will gain 5 plus your learning rate at a cost of 6 silver. Add the appropriate attribute increase, add +1 to your status.
Soon being double figured.
Maybe.
Okay, what's available in the third week?
Let's see. Well, Shinten at the shrines, of course. The Flower of Hyuga are offering court dance, heraldry, jutsu, and jitojutsu. Rice Harvest are offering Chikujutsu, Yarinaga Jutsu, and Sanjo Jutsu. School of Wood at the Art of Go, or Saite or Jojutsu at the Moving Wave School.
None of that's of any interest, so I should take another week on the.
Another week on the docks. Fair enough. And as far as that week is concerned, you make a net 25 that week. Once you had some
Ooh,
special
Rick.
jobs. Okay. At the end of that week, again, there is no snow on the ground. It's all melted. Harumi, what do you wish to do?
I think for this week I'm gonna use my Tarimono and Darts of Water and learn it.
Okey-doke. So you're going to just sit down and spend a week learning.
Yes.
Okey-doke. See.
This is a roll, isn't it? When you learn spells, you have got the roll to see if you learn it.
Yeah. He needs to basically, in learning a spell, let's get this right. Learn a spell. You need a teaching scroll, which you have. You're fully fluent in the script, which you are. And the task value is equal to the knowledge required. So you need to make an effect number of a BCS in that school, to which you add your level, your learning, and your learning rate. Okay. So as far as you're concerned, this is in the School of Water, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So your BCS is 10. Your level is 1, and your learning rate is 2. So effectively, your BCS is 13, and you need to accumulate effect numbers against 13. Okay, I don't believe you have any points in it so far. So
No.
in that case, please make a BCS roll against 13, and let's see whether or not you learn anything this first week.
Nope.
No. On that roll, make a wit saving throw.
We might have said some bad
you
words
make-
to Roll20 on Sunday. It's maybe got some bad feelings towards us still after that.
You need a wit saving throw, otherwise you're blocked until a teacher points out how you're misunderstanding this spell.
Yeah, no, failed that one.
I'm afraid that you spend a week and you've gone completely the wrong way and you are blocked until you find a teacher to explain to you where you're going wrong. Okay?
Teacher will probably point out I've been reading it upside down.
Unlucky, mate.
Okay, so that was your first week.
Yes.
So knock off 10 copper for food. You know what probably did it was having the booze every night.
That's what I gotta knock that off.
Did you? Oh, that's probably what did it then. You weren't having the booze every night.
Oh, there you go.
So,
Okay, what's available?
you
week two?
can't make head nor tail of this teaching scroll. It's completely blank to you. What do you wish to do the second week? Now, the problem is that the teachers in Nobioka can teach the theory of the School of Magic, but they can't teach the practice. You need to find a Shugenja to teach you.
Okay. And that was at Castle Flame. There's a Shugenja there, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I'm not ready to make that trip yet.
By yourself. With
Yeah,
3 feet of
especially
snow
by
on the
myself.
ground. In
So,
sub-zero temperatures, yes.
yes. So what's available at the School of Go? The Art of Go
Okay,
there.
the Art of Go this week, the sensei is teaching Go. Mizuno is teaching meditation again. There is also how to play the fue, Chinese classics, and singing.
Let's do meditation.
Okay. In that case, Mizuno is teaching meditation. So yes, it's bonus for you, and there is a usable Toromono. So you can gain 5 plus your learning rate at a cost of 5. Okay.
And what's available the third?
Okay, hang on a second. So you've increased your meditation. Have you added? Did that give you an extra BCS?
Let me that. Yes.
Okay, so you get 0.05 on a mental.
The Art of Go goes up more.
And the Art of Go goes up another one.
There. Okay.
And then in the last week, the Art of Go are teaching Noe Kagetsuna is teaching School of Wood. And that's all that's available there.
I want to pick up a third school.
Well, the temples are teaching Butsudo, the shrines are teaching Shinten, and they teach those for free. Chinese classics and kanji are also available at the Temple of the Dragon at Peace, as is Hatha Yoga.
And what's going on at the Flower Agura?
The Flower of Hyuga.
Yeah.
They are teaching court dance, heraldry, Iai-jutsu, and Jitjutsu.
Hmm.
We lost him for a wee second. He's back already.
So, what do you fancy, Harumi?
Let's do Schoolwood.
Okay. In that case, School of Wood from Nae Kagetsuna. That's him. So, School of Wood. Yes. As far as Torimono are concerned, oddly enough, they do have a Torimono for that. So that will give you 5 plus your learning rate at a cost of 5.
Seven.
So 5 silver, 0.05 on a mental, and another one in the Art of Go School. Your group data is up to 15, which gives you a BCS of 3.
That's much better.
Well, that's an extra 1 on your die roll to try and persuade people to teach you each time.
That'll come in handy.
Oh, yes. Right, so that takes you up to the end of the month. Baka, what do you wish to do for this particular month?
I'd like to do a bit of research on the Buddhist temples and find out if any of them have a master at Bojutsu.
Okey-doke. Let me just check and see. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Dragon Temple. The Dragon Temple has a number of masters, which is hardly surprising. It is the premier temple in the city. The Kozanji Temple has a master. The Rose Temple doesn't.
Okay, I'm gonna try with the dragon first. If it's got multiple teachers, that's sounding hopeful. However, I'm going to go about it slightly differently if possible. My frustration of not being able to read that note that Uncle sent to Wanshu makes me think I should probably learn some katakana to try and get myself at least fluent in that. So I'm going to throw myself at the mercy of the school, of the temple, and see if someone will teach me some katakana.
Okay, so basically you're going to the Dragon Temple and asking them to teach you katakana. Fine. So, the Dragon Temple in this particular week, Shoku and Dashoku are teaching. Shoku and Dashoku. Shoku is probably the better bet. So, you are wishing to get him to teach you katakana. Let me just check something. Fine. So, to persuade him to teach you something other than what he's teaching, you need to make a status BCS.
Yeah, here we go then.
You have 0 status there. So with the extra, because he's already teaching, you're at a base BCS of 6. +1 for extra silver piece. If you wish to try and persuade him with your katakana, you can.
No, the question is persuading him because I'm really bad at it isn't really going to work, is it?
No, it's if you masters like to think they are teaching people who at least know something of the skill. I mean, if you don't know much, then go and learn at the kind of the infant school down the road, sort of thing. So you're probably best not.
Cool. I want to learn here.
Yeah. So you're at base 6 +1 per silver piece to a maximum of 2d6.
No, I'm going to go lucky number 4 again.
Okay, so you're going to increase your BCS to 4 if he accepts them all. Does he accept them all? Yes. So your BCS is 10 to get him to teach you. Roll your BCS.
Ooh.
Somebody's
Wasn't
rolling
expecting
well this week.
Was not expecting that.
He accepts you into his class to learn katakana. He might regret it, but never mind. Okay, so as far as the drop down is concerned, katakana. Dumpty, 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 dum. Dum. Oh dear, where did I put it? That's what I was looking for. So that is bonus for you. That is bonus for all of you because you're all. Now, as far as learning scrolls are concerned, yes, that's still valid for you.
Even though I'm not fluent in it.
Ah, true. You're not fully fluent in it. My apologies.
This is why I'm trying to get fluent in it.
Good point. So. Boom, 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 boom. So that +2 +3. And being caught. Okay. So that increases your katakana because you're learning it in the school by 11 plus your learning rate.
Woohoo! 12.
At a cost of 6.
So that's 39. That goes to 49. That goes to 49. Woohoo! It's getting pretty close.
That's a cost of 6.
I think fluent is 50, or is it 60?
Fluent is 50.
Oh, one
BCS
off.
of 10.
Okay.
No.
And you get another point in that particular temple. So that's the temple of that's Dragon at Peace is the name of the group. And you'll get a status in that.
member.
Hang on a second. Oh yes, you would be a member. The status multiple is 0.5 for that. So effectively make yourself a member and put the status multiple as 0.5.
In the earned status.
Sorry, 1 earned status for that week's trading.
Oh, right, yeah. So I wanted that one. And
Uh,
0.5?
0.5 as the multiple.
You've gone up 2 BCS increases.
So that gives you 0.1 in a mental.
And you are now fully fluent.
Hey.
That worked well. So yeah, I'm gonna put my health up to 22.5. Oh no, it's mental, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, it's
0.4.
mental.
Let's go will.
It'd be better going up on your wit as far as freely improvable skills are concerned. Because katakana has just become a freely improvable skill because you've trained in it.
I was probably gonna do whole status, like whole months, trying to improve my intelligence at some point, rather than.
That's fine.
Whereas I'm quite happy to pick up an extra 1 in will, I think.
Okay, that's
So,
fine. Up to you.
Sorry, my katakana got 11, so that goes up to 49. Cool.
And you need to put FIS in the FIS column.
Oh yeah. What's it doing?
And because of your level, as Kinzo just said, you are now fully literate in katakana.
Fantastic. Excellent. I think I've done everything. Oh, money off. 6.
6.
Oh,
So, just checking
that
those
got-
here. Would that be right in thinking it's not the permanent being 50 that actually matters, it's the base BCS being 10?
The base BCS. Yeah.
Cool.
You want your full BCS to be 10 or better.
Yeah.
Sorry, were you actually fully fluent in katakana?
No, I wasn't before. No, I was on 30.
Sorry, I was just asking Kyūryū.
Me?
Oh, sorry.
Katakana is the second one, isn't it, of the 3? Katakana.
No, it's the first one.
Oh yeah,
It was hiragana. And no, you are not fully fluent in hiragana.
Yeah, it's
that teaching
katakana that I
scrolls
am.
in
In
hiragana.
I'm not.
Yeah. If your permanent score was 3 higher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was your first week, Baka.
Yeah, no, if there's possibility of trying to find someone that'll teach me some bojutsu, that would be amazing.
Okay, as far as the second and third week, there is no training in bojutsu, so you would have to try and make a status BCS to persuade one of the teachers at the Temple of the Dragon at Peace to teach you. Dinawa Kita, Dashoku, and Oshiroi.
Be with these.
Dinawa is a master. So if you could persuade him. Now, given that you've actually done some training there, if you look at your group status at the Temple of Dragon at Peace, your group status is now 11, which means that your group status BCS is 2. So your base BCS is now, to persuade a teacher to add a different lesson in his class, has gone up from 6 to 8.
Okay.
Which is a big increase.
Nice. Yeah, if I could convince him to teach me, that would be amazing.
And do you wish to attempt to impress him or not? Well, first of all, do you wish to make a gift?
I do.
And secondly, do you attempt to impress him?
The cost for a week's training, because I don't want to leave
It's normally
myself
about 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Well, 4 is not a fault for me tonight, so lucky number 4. Let's go with that.
Okay, so you're giving him 4. Are you going to make a status BCS to try and impress him?
Yeah, I think I will.
Okay. Well, let's have your status, your BCS against your skill first. Your BCS is 14. Do you get any positive effect numbers?
Hey.
Oh, 10
Lucky number
positive
4.
effect
Lucky
numbers.
number-
Okay, how many of your 4 silver affect the roll?
Oh, come on.
What? That's precise assessment of the mark.
Roll 20 loving the
Isn't
new
it?
guy, eh? Roll 20 being nice to the new guy.
My Yakuza heritage, I may not be very good at it, but valuation's in there somewhere.
Nice.
So, your base chance is 8, plus 10 because you've impressed him, plus 4 because of your gift, which is 22. However, a 20 is still a failure.
I get that, yeah.
Roll your status BCS.
This is where it all fails.
Oh,
So
that's
close!
every
Oh.
penny counted.
Oh yes. If you
Right.
hadn't made that gift, he wouldn't have wanted to teach you. Anyway, congratulations. He is willing to teach you Bojutsu. And therefore, dum-de-dum-de-dum. Where's that sheet again? There we are. Yes. Now, Bojutsu. There is a katakana teaching scroll available. What is your skill in katakana in Bojutsu at the moment?
It's currently a 68.
In that case, it is still beneficial to you, so the Torimono does in fact help. So, you increase your skill by 5 plus your learning rate halved at a cost of 5.
Well, all of it's halved.
Well, it's 5 plus your learning rate, which is 6. Because you're over 60, it's halved 3.
Right. So 71. Okay,
So
nice.
it's up to 71, which gives you 0.1 on a physical.
That will be a health.
And you gain another point of status at the Dragonet piece.
5. Yeah. Yeah. So that goes to 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then we have the last week. And when you look at the board for the Temple of Dragonet piece, they are teaching Butsudo, Buddhism, Chinese classics, kanji, and hatha yoga. Other things available round the town.
It's.
Port dance.
Oh, sorry. You said this is the last month in.
The last week of the second month of your training.
Cool. Can I go down the docks potentially, seeing as the weather's just got a bit nicer, and
Yes,
see
indeed.
anyone around that might be able to teach me a bit of sumai?
Well, not around the docks. They're kind of busy working, unloading and unloading ships and moving stuff around.
Oh.
If you want wants
With
you to have a poke around and see if he can find anyone who might know.
Oh, hold on. I am absolutely skint. I'm trying to remember this. Oh, yeah. How much was my training?
That was another 5 for that week.
Yeah. No. Onshu, have you got any work for me?
Oddly enough, yes. And you make a net 25 copper on your on the last week.
Thank you very much. So the copper, it's how many? Oh yeah, just it goes up to 60. Sorry. How much did you say? 20.
25. Net 25. It was 35, but 10 of that goes to pay for your food, so net 25.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Okie doke. You
Cool.
are hoiking stuff with Kinzo that last week. And by the end of that month, there is no snow on the ground. And the 30 Shiwazu was actually the Buddhist festival of Setsubun, the day before the beginning of spring. Spring officially begins tomorrow. Although it doesn't feel like it, the temperature only got up to about 4 today. Those clear skies and the sharp breeze from the northwest, phew, just as while you were working on the docks, you built up a sweat. Anyway, so back in the House of the Rock. And it is the first day of... Where are we? It's the first day of Mutsuki. So, what do you wish to do today?
Well, Kosa, I think we're gonna head back to our
Gather our
friends in
kit together
Nobuoka,
and head back to Nobuoka. Yeah.
Okie doke.
Thank the instructors and the students at the school. And head off.
Fair enough. In that case, going to the map. And so you're at the house on the rock. There is nothing on the ground. You're going to travel to Kosa, presumably?
Yeah.
Are you going to cross the river at the bridge, or are you going to cross the river upstream and walk down the east bank?
No, we'll go to the bridge. All that snow melted, the river might be a
Yeah,
bit
they're
high.
gonna be high.
It is actually quite high now that you mention it. The ground is a little bit muddy as well. It's... Actually, no, the ground is quite hard. The soil has not defrosted. The weather's not got warm enough yet. So,
Easier.
what did I roll that for?
What have you rolled that?
I put the fudge button.
On a minus
I shouldn't have
Ah,
done.
1DF, fudge dice.
Rolling
Fudge.
one DF.
Okay, obviously, all the monsters and bad guys have decided that the weather's far too bad to go wandering around yet,
Stayed asleep in their caves.
and stayed asleep in the warmth of their caves. So, you are travelling off the trail through rough terrain, and that slows your movement down by 25%. So you are so you move 2 right to there, and then you're moving through clear terrain to there. So it's effectively 2 3/4, and then another 1 1/4, so that's 3. So effectively it's cost you 4 right to move there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would, if you move another 4 right a day, you would get to Nobuoka. What are your BMAs?
I think mine's just
7.
8.
7.
So you could push it and make it to Nobuoka today,
Yeah. let's do that.
providing you don't get delayed at the bridge,
We'll keep our fingers crossed.
which you do.
Oh,
Bloody Yashigaru.
Well, obviously, there's few people on the road today, and they decide that they're going to double check you because sensible people aren't moving today, and you've got no obvious reason for moving, so there must be something suspicious going on. And you effectively lose 1 re. So you will have to run to make it there, which is going to put you 2 re over your limit. So you're going to be shattered by the time you get there, Kosa.
We can have a rest tomorrow. I don't
Yeah.
want to stay outside.
Yeah, I want to make it back to Nobioka.
You work up a sweat, you do make it back to Nobioka. Okie doke, and I will put that back. Why did I move that?
Well, we need to take a day. We'll need to do a day's food for that travel, I suppose. We didn't stop to eat.
Knock off a copper for the day.
A copper, just yeah. Okay.
Right. Those of you in Nobioka, are you going to continue training, or are you planning on doing something else? This is the first day of spring. It's a little bit warmer than it was yesterday, but it's still cold.
I'm going to ask Harumi if she's finished learning her spell.
Oh, you do know how to embarrass her, don't you?
Yeah, she blushes a little bit. I need to find a teacher.
Okay, well, how about we wait for the others and we go to the Castle of the Flames and you can find a teacher there.
Agreeable to that. Still watching a bit. In embarrassment.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you. And I shall turn around feeling mildly embarrassed myself. Because I've no idea what I've done, you see.
Yes. You weren't aware that
this day, the first day of this week, we'll go down the docks and earn a couple of copper if we can.
Let me check and see whether or not there is work available for you, Kinzo.
Well, the point is, I'm expecting the guys from the House on the Rock back tomorrow or the day after. I suppose it's possible they can make it today, but I wouldn't have thought so.
You underestimate us, my friend.
Well, that's because you're a pair of nut jobs.
We're idiots, yeah.
One shoe does actually have a job available.
Okay.
And it's for him, so you get an extra copper for it. So you get 3 copper for the day rather than 2 copper for the day.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Baka, are you taking a job on the docks today as well?
Are there any like sumotori matches around that I can get involved in?
Right. So let me just check. Okay, so you have a chat with One Shoe, and he says he will look into it for you. And
In that case, I'll happily work for him today.
okay, you
Do I
work
hear
the
about
docks.
Sorry?
Make a wit saving throw.
Oh, I wouldn't be quiet about it.
Oh, in that case, if he's open about it, then yes, you do hear him talking to One Shoe.
Well, you could try the lucky coin. They might know where some are.
I'll happily, yeah.
Well, One Shoe says he was planning on asking there anyway, but
Yeah,
yes,
okay, well,
you're right. They would know.
One
It's
shoe stands a better chance of...
that because they are Yakuza. But they may object to you. I don't know.
I'll try very hard to stifle a small smile, but a broad grin goes across my face.
Well, I'm sure they wouldn't mind a dock labourer speaking to them. I mean, after all, I'm just a dock merchant, says one shoe.
Right. Does Baka appear to have any Irizumi?
Not visibly, I believe. Correct?
No, not visibly. Actually, at this stage, I haven't joined any gangs. So I haven't got an Irizumi yet.
Correct. So he does not yet have any Irizumi. He is what one might call a postulant.
Put it this way: in my favourite sport, you tend to get fairly naked. Any Irizumi are going to be fairly on show. There are certain competitions that I would not be allowed to join if I had Irizumi on.
Mm-hmm.
Any visible Irizumi.
Correct. Good lord, I'm just looking at Baka's sheet, and his highest global status is as a member of the Temple of the Dragon at Peace.
She's just got.
I'm not adverse. I'm not adverse to the thoughts of Buddhism in the future, but not yet.
You're obviously a peaceful sumatori.
Oh, big friendly giant. That's why I am.
Yes. Next, you'll be telling me you're a devout sumotori.
I'll think on it.
Okay. So, Wanshu will tell you that evening that sadly there aren't any sumotori contests planned for the time being. Apparently, the daimyo is not keen on that sort of competition, as he's planning a festival in a couple of weeks' time, and so he doesn't want any competition.
Okay, I'm gonna throw in at one shoe and say, but aren't there any tournaments that the daimyo doesn't know about?
Well, daimyo is all seeing. His spies are everywhere, and I'm sure that if there were any that thought they were hidden, he'd find out about them.
Well, if there's anything you hear about, please let me know. But in the meantime, yeah, I'll happily work for him.
No, he is not aware of any planned that you would be eligible to enter.
That's fine.
Okay? That doesn't mean he's not aware of any planned, he's just not aware of any that you would be eligible to enter. There is a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, and that evening, despite all your precautions, Kyūryū and Kosa turn up. Kyūryū is supporting Kosa's shoulder as he staggers in. Correct?
Yeah, he's not quite as fast as me. I've been dragging him along a little bit, but he's fine. We made it.
I'll instantly come over and grab the other arm of Kosa and help drag him.
You get the impression that he's putting it on quite a bit, actually. He doesn't appear particularly winded.
He's fine.
It was more for show,
Yeah,
sort of
he is.
demonstrating that they were desperate to get back to be with their friends again, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. A reunion is held. Wanshu breaks out the poor quality sake again. No surprise there.
Introduce myself to our new acquaintance.
Well, you recognise him. He's a lad from the village. He was a bit younger than you and hung around uncles a lot.
Yeah, so
I'm going to splash out. Dave, I'm going to splash out on some proper stuff.
Oh, sorry.
You're going to go and splash out on some proper stuff.
Proper,
Well, of course.
proper stuff, yes.
Proper stuff.
What's that going to cost me?
Let me just make a dice roll. He negotiates for you and gets it for you at a reduced rate. So, is this a full barrel of sake you were looking for?
Yes, well, enough for all of us, basically. Including Wanshu.
Okay. A keg of sake will set you back 10 silver rather than a gold.
Thank you. Okay, good.
Ooh, got the 1-2 mate traits, nice.
Then we'll
I mean, he's
spend the
hoping he'll
evening
get a
with
coat
my
himself.
friends, drinking and catching up on what they've been up to over the winter.
Fair enough.
Sounds good. Yeah, and getting to know our new friend. So, look at them.
Baka flexes his little finger and demonstrates the new muscle that he grew there.
He's a bit of a big lad.
Yeah, you see, you've been
Oh,
working on the
hey,
docks for
yeah,
for
right,
one shoe, I
Enjoy.
guess.
Sorry.
You've been working down on the docks for one shoe.
I've been working my way around town trying to train myself up because, as I mentioned to your colleagues here, I'm hoping that by proving myself to you, that it might help my status because I've just been hearing about you from all the people at the barracks for years. So it's definitely something I want to train for my future.
So, has anybody over the winter picked up any interesting news which might point us to some work?
Well, there is the daimyo is apparently planning a festival in a couple of weeks' time, so people can trade up their skills, etc., and demonstrate them.
There's-
There are
Maybe
prizes.
tournaments, eh?
Apparently so. Yes. He apparently it's to help placate the karmis and pray for a good harvest because the winter has been unseasonably harsh. You may have noticed the snow on the ground. It lingered a lot longer than normal. And
Yeah, it was a bit
nobody's
nippy up at
sure
school.
why the karmis are upset, but they obviously were.
Is anyone else interested in the games? If we're around.
For
Well,
around.
Yeah, it depends what there is.
Possibly,
Yeah, it's
but Harumi wishes to go to the Castle of Flame
Oh yeah, that's right.
and shooters.
Yeah, Harumi has an immediate quest for us. We can go to the Castle of the Flame, get our
Okay,
teacher.
yeah, that's we can deal with that, can't we? Now we're all back together again. It's just we deal with that.
So, are you planning on leaving
Can
tomorrow?
we have a day of rest first? Me and Kyūryū had a bit of a tough
By all-
journey
by all
getting
We could have
back
You've
from
just
the school.
we could have one or
Oh,
two,
you've just
surely.
had 3 months of rest. What do you need more for?
We did
Yeah,
not
but
rest
well,
for 3
you know, the
months.
conditions
Would everybody in the party care to roll a d20, please?
conditions in the mountains were a bit rough.
I'll
We
flex
had
my
to push it a
muscles
bit,
and
you
show
know,
him I've not been doing any resting. 11.
Okie doke.
Thanks.
Fair enough.
Or the 5.
Fair enough.
Besides, we'll have a hangover in the
17.
morning, so
Okay, and Harumi?
Oh, I rolled 16 there.
Right. Okay, Harumi isn't feeling very well. Kinzo and Kyūryū have mild headaches.
Too much
let's
sake.
have a day off after all that drink last night.
Yeah.
Yes, Harumi kind of failed health saving throw by 12.
Baka will tease Kyūryū a little bit and say you always did have the sniffles.
Yeah. It's a bit of a recurring
Well, you
thing
didn't
for me.
even notice it, Baka.
True.
Anyway, so you rest up on the 2nd. So that's got and travel and Turkey, and then rest. So you're planning on leaving on the 3rd
Oh.
Suki and traveling across the river. Very good. So, so as far as the weather is concerned, you have clear skies and light breeze from the northwest. Couldn't be better for crossing the river.
It's ideal.
Ideal. So, given there's no snow on the ground, the ground has actually dried up. The Saikaido is in good condition. The boats are plying their trade across the river, ferrying people backwards and forwards with seed, rice, etc. And you find your normal boatman without any trouble, so that'll be a copper each to cross the river.
Not than a week to get the discount. Yeah.
Yep.
He
Oh, buddy.
recognises you by now.
Hmm.
In actual fact, hang on a second. It's going to take an extra journey for him. He says, looking at Baka. I don't know. That'll be 3 copper for him.
That seems a bit harsh.
Can I insult him in Yakuza?
All right. Friend of one shoe, another friend of one shoe, he says, looking at the
There's
rest
your friend
of
of
you.
one shoe. One shoe's latest recruit.
He's playing on my good nature, isn't he? All right, 1 copper. Take that oar. Yes. And row.
Are we not going to go round in circles? Yeah, I'll do it.
No, I've got 2 on the other oar.
Cool. I hate to be greedy, but did I get any money for working that one day for one shoe?
Yes, I told you.
That's
You've
it.
got 3. 3
All
copper.
right, so
Net 3 copper.
2. Right, cool. This is it.
So you travel across the river. And let me move you to another map.
We're moving west, aren't we? It looks like north on this map, but it's actually west. Sorry, east.
Yeah.
Aye, we're heading up the Saikaido, east.
We're going sort of northeast and then
Yeah.
northwest, if I remember really.
You're heading up the Saikaido and taking the third turning on the left after you get through the village of Anatawa. But you have to get to Anatawa first. Are you going to be hiring a cargo and taking Harumi that way? Or are you going to be moving at Harumi's speed?
I'm not much faster, but does she want a piggyback?
Well, maybe save the piggyback until we need it desperately. I think we can go at Harumi's speed. Why not?
Okay.
Unless that's going to leave us. Is that going to leave us in the middle of nowhere when it comes to darkness?
It basically takes you an hour to get across the river, so that's the equivalent of half a ri of movement. And then, so that's 1.5, 2.5, 3 to get to there. So 4 ri would take you just short of the Twin Inn.
In that case, we better stop at Anatawa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Normally you stop at Anatawa in the past.
Yeah, I'll stop at Anatawa. We're not interested in pushing it. There's no point in us taking
you don't-
Harumi to Castle the Flame and then she's totally wiped out.
And she's
when she gets
useless, She gets there, we're trying to wake her up. Wake up, we're here.
Yep. I mean, normally you stop at Anatawa, you stop at Shinguru, and you make it to the Castle of the Flame in
Yeah.
3 days.
That sounds good.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but first of all, do you make it safely across the river? Yes. And nothing happens on the Saikaido. Your journey is peaceful, and there is space in the inn, so that will set you back 3 copper each.
Okay.
And then travelling to Shinguru.
Well, I'm going to leave some money behind, Dave. All right.
Okay, you're leaving some money with Wonshu, are you?
I am indeed. Yes.
Anyways, because
Yes,
I would have caught him up on what happened to me.
Kinzo here's the problem, and Kinzo and Kosa are going to be leaving some money with...
Well, I don't need all
What
this
do you-
money. No way I'm going to spend all this much. So.
Harumi, are you going to leave some money with Wonshu, or are you going to take it all with you?
I'll be taking it with me.
Righto. So the following day, you travel up the Saikaido to the junction. And again, the weather's very nice. It's a lovely clear day. The temperature's getting a little bit better, but it's still winter woolies day. Okay, you don't have wool in Nippon, but you know what I mean. You travel up the side roads, and all seems to be well, and you get to Shinguru. You can stay at the inn in Shinguru. There is space there. And that will set you back 2 copper each.
No familiar patrons in the inn.
The innkeeper gives Kyūryū a nod. Knows you well.
Yeah.
In
I've
fact,
always-
he knows all of you, apart from Baka.
I walk in with my
Okay,
tail
you
between
don't-
my legs and my head bowed again, as always when I do in here.
Oh, no. As far as they're concerned, you're obviously a very generous person. They don't know that you got gypped.
Yeah.
As far as they're concerned, you are a generous person. And all goes well. And you travel the next day. Again, beautiful weather. Perfect spring weather. And dum-dee-dum-dee-dum-dee-dum. Does that happen? Yes, it does.
Ooh.
And you are overtaken on the road by a horseman who is
Ooh.
galloping past you towards the Castle of the Flame.
Out of his way.
Looks to be an Ashigaru.
Donkey bear
His
of his
horse is lathered.
Mm.
way. Something's going on.
Looks
Okay.
like an Ashigaru. Now, do we recognise any heraldry or anything to...
Oh, he is wearing the mon of the daimyo.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Fair enough. See if they've come to summon somebody.
You reach the Castle of the Flame, and all is chaos. People are running around left, right, and centre. The students are busy collecting stuff. Pack mules are being loaded. Equipment is being gathered, and the watcher on the gate has to open the gate to let you in because you have to ring the bell to let him know you were there. He was busy on something else. And he appears somewhat distracted. Have you heard?
So, no, I haven't. What's going on?
He gets in even before you ask him. The daimyo has been murdered.
Whoa!
What?
Wow.
Wow.
Wasn't me, I was with them.
Oh.
He looked aghast at you. How could you even possibly think of joking about something like this?
Daimyo's been murdered.
He looks around to make sure that the daimyo's Ashigaru didn't hear you. Luckily, he didn't. He's busy he's in with the Shugenja at the moment.
So who's leaving the castle?
3 of the Shugenja have been summoned. Basically, hang on a second. Let me just pull up the list, and I'll tell you who's going. Castle of the Flame. Let's see. Sensei Karahishi, Asukai, and Era Fusahide have been summoned by the wife of the daimyo and his heir to come to Nobioka to assist in the investigation into her husband's murder.
Do they know anything about how he was killed? Poisoned or
The Ashigaru
assassinated or
does
what?
not know. All he knows is that he was sent. He had heard the sensei had been murdered, and he was sent post haste with a scroll for the sensei of the Castle of Flame, for himself and those he felt appropriate to attend to assist in the investigation of the daimyo's murder.
Okay. We'll keep out of their way if they're running around.
So basically, he's taking people who are masters in all 5 schools.
Yes. So hopefully there'll still be somebody left who can help you, Harumi.
Hope so.
Whatever it is you're
Well,
doing.
he's leaving his second in command, and there are masters in each of the other schools left behind, though they're not generally so skilled in the other skills.
Yeah. I don't know
I mean,
what it is.
this
Needs,
is a large school. There are 8 Shugenja teachers in residence. So it is a class 6 school.
I don't know why she's here. I just assume she's come to learn the spell.
So unfortunately, you will be kind of offloaded onto one of the students tonight. You have no chance of seeing any of the Shugenja. They are all getting last-minute instructions from the sensei. Everybody's packing this, that, and the other. Some investigations and spells are being cast by them acting as a group before the sensei leaves in the morning. You know, all hell has broken loose. But luckily, you were out of town when it happened.
Nice.
All I can say is I hope one shoe's okay.
Yeah.
There's no rioting or anything in town.
Oh, there won't be any rioting. The samurai will make sure of that. But it's a good job we're not in town, because they might take it out on us.
Oh yes, it is. You picked a good time to leave town. This was on my calendar.
No, well, that's fine, Dave. I say these things happen.
Oh yes. Well, this thing has definitely happened. And so you spend the night in the student quarters. You are accepted into the school because you have a Shugenja with you, and you are known there. You have status there, having done work for them in the past or assisted with work for them in the past. So you can stay in the student dormitories. It does not cost you anything to stay there. You will just basically get food. Okay. So the following morning, the 3 Shugenja leave. They have half a dozen students with them, and the Ashigaro, whose horse has been... Well, it's not just been rested. One of these Shugenja has actually healed it, because it wasn't in the best of shape after he rode full tilt. But he will be going at a more sedate pace on the way back, because he is escorting the Shugenja to pass them through any questions and make sure they get there safely.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first half of the morning is taken up with departure, so it'll be mid-morning before Harumi can actually get an audience with one of the remaining Shugenja. And so you need to make your case, Harumi. Which of the remaining Shugenja do you wish to see? The person in charge or one of the others?
One of the others, and the one that is
Most
water
skilled in
school.
the School of Water?
Yeah.
Okie doke.
Quite sure the second command is still going to be busy.
Okay, of the ones that are left, Sunju is probably the most skilled in the School of Water. He's a master in the School of Water.
Okay.
Pardon me.
Flash.
And let's see, is he actually... Well, in actual fact, their whole schedule has been thrown out. I can scrap I mean, I should have thought of this. Having worked all this up, the next 2 weeks, all the classes are cancelled in
Seems fair enough.
Nobioka, and also in the Castle of the Flame. So, unfortunately, therefore, all of the Shugenja are doing bits and pieces, but you can manage to find time to get an audience with Honju. And presumably you wish to speak to him about asking for help in getting through your mental block on this scroll. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, would you care to make a status BCS? And you can... Ooh. Because this is to do with a scroll that you earned for them, I will give you +5 on it. So your group status is 3, 16, so that gives you a base 3. So that'll take you up to 8. And if you make gifts as usual, that would increase your BCS roll. So you're trying to persuade one of the teachers to assist you in getting through this mental block. Your base roll would be 8, +1 per silver, up to 2d6. Do you wish to make a gift?
I'll make a gift of 6 silver.
Okie doke. Of which he is willing to accept. And you are obviously being guided by Baka. He told you
Must
just
be.
the right number to offer. Okay, so that puts you on a BCS of 14, so 14 or less, and he is willing to assign a teacher to you this week. Yes. Okay.
Oh, finally.
Right. Now, given that their whole class system has been completely broken, they aren't starting classes until a week after next. So there is a teacher free to try and help you with this. Okay?
Okay.
So that means that he is going to try and help you. So what bonuses does he give? This is Honju, and he's teaching School of Water. And okay, so he can give you a +5 on your wit saving throw in order to break through your mental block. So
Okay.
now there is also the possibility of there being materials in the library that would help. So roll a d6, and that is how many points the library can help you with. Okay. So you've got +5 from the teacher, +4 from the library, so that's +9. So your wit saving throw is 8
right now.
So on a 17 or less, he helps you break through your mental block so that you would be able to learn the spell. Yes. You see where you were going wrong.
First, I turn the scroll the right way.
Well, the Chinese interpretation of that character was such and such, but the real interpretation here in Japanese mythology was that. And so, yeah, so he has broken through your mental block. You are okay to then learn that scroll. Now, make a wit saving throw again with no bonuses, and that is how many points you are actually able to gain this week. Good God. What's your wit saving throw?
8.
Okay, so you have 4 task points towards learning that spell. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that is at a cost of... where is it? He will charge you... That will be 7 silver. Okay. As far as the rest of you is concerned, there aren't any scheduled classes. People are busy, but you can probably get permission to use the facilities if you wish to do your own training, or you might be able to persuade one of the teachers to teach a class that he wasn't planning to teach. What do you all wish to do? The other option is just to sit there and enjoy the luxuries of hot showers and not being in Nobioka while the investigation goes on.
And well, I'm just going to sit around and do nothing.
Okay, fine.
Mm.
Everybody else?
If we're going to be here for some time, I might see if there's anything that I can do training-wise.
There aren't any classes to be taught unless you persuade a teacher to teach one.
Mm-hmm.
Things have been totally disrupted, but you would have to persuade him to teach a class.
What can I potentially learn up here? I've studied here before, I think.
As far as the Castle of the Flame is concerned, 1 second.
Yeah, what's my status here?
Data clear.
Hiragana, maybe? That would be nice.
Are you looking for somebody to teach Hiragana?
That would be lovely.
Yes, there are people who can teach Hiragana here. One of the masters, Fukushima, is a master of Hiragana.
I would really love to.
Is there somebody who can,
Sutsui is a master as well.
someone who can teach kanji?
As far as kanji is concerned, good lord, yes. Tsutsui and Fukushima are both masters in kanji as well.
Most grateful for some instruction.
Yeah, I'll take katakana lessons if I can.
Well, you need to persuade them to actually teach a class.
Yeah, so my status here is...
I'll be back in a sec.
No worries. Castle of the Flame, my global status is 6.
Okay. No, it's not global status. It's
group status, isn't it?
What's your group status in the Castle of the Flame?
Mine's
17.
Okay, so that means your base status BCS is 3. Okay. So, since you're trying to get him to teach a class, you need to make an effect number on that skill to prove it's not a waste of time. You get +1 per pupil in the class, and +1 per silver piece gift.
Okay. So
Are you doing Hiragana?
yeah.
So you're trying to learn Hiragana.
I could
So
slip
you would
into
need
your
to-
Hiragana class, if you like.
Hey.
Yes, you're getting him to
I'm not
teach
going to be
you
impressed with
kanji
my level
when
of
you don't-
kanji.
Exactly, that's the problem.
Just send me off to the kindergarten. So.
Okay, which one of you's best in Hiragana?
Him.
Me, I am.
Okay. It's just a case of which of you is best in Hiragana as far as getting an effect number on Hiragana, as opposed to which of you has the highest group status at the Castle of the
I think
Flame.
we've got the same state. We've got the same status, so I've got a higher Hiragana. I am
Okay. So are you going to
beyond
make a
fully different.
gift?
Yeah. I will put 8 silver up.
You're not going to ask Baka for his advice?
I don't know.
Told you,
Okay.
lucky
I
number
feel
4.
like 8 is a good number, I think.
Okay, so you're putting 8 forward. So the first of all, he asks you to demonstrate your skills that he's not wasting his time.
Yep.
So base BCS effect number against your skill is...
Oh, God.
Oh dear. So that's a net -3. Okay. So it's -3. So your Kosa's skill, sorry, group status at the Castle of the Flame is 17. So that's a base BCS of 3. Less 3 is 0. +1 per pupil is 2. -3 because he's no longer going to be free is net -1. +1 per silver up to 2d6. 2d6. So your BCS roll is 2.
Okay. We might get lucky. That's not that lucky.
No, that.
No, he is not willing to teach you
Sorry,
hiragana. There is somebody else who can teach you hiragana if you wish.
He still takes the money, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he takes the money, definitely.
And runs. What a con man. Right. Yeah, okay,
There
we'll try
is
another
another
teacher.
master, so you can ask him if you wish.
We'll
Yeah.
grovel to him as well.
Okay, you kind of have a word with him to see if he's willing to give up his free week. Are you going to? You have to impress him with your skills first.
We're going to impress him this time. Come on. Let's fail by
Okay,
2.
so that's 2. Okay, so your base BCS is 3, +2 is 5, +2 for the number of pupils is 7, -3 because he won't be 3 is 4, +1 per BCS per silver piece up to 8. I think you said again.
Yeah, we'll pay 8. It's only money. This is
And
an
he's already
easy game.
taken 6 of them into account.
Okay.
So that gives you a BCS roll of... I need to work it out again. I forgot what I said.
14, I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
Sounded like 25 to me.
Duh. Going back to it again. So your base BCS is 3, plus your effect number puts it up to 5, +1 per pupil puts it up to 7, -3 puts it down to 4, +1 per silver piece put it up to 10. So go for it. BCS of 10.
It's not good. Gotta get lucky eventually.
Yes! Yes! So a class is being taught in hiragana this week. Who wishes to attend the class? You can choose to attend even if you didn't say you were going to initially.
Yeah, I want to.
In that case, yes, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, more
Baka,
than
are you
merrier.
going to attend?
Oh, no. Can I ask Harumi, because I don't get this magic stuff, how long does it look like it might take to learn this spell?
Harumi
Minimum
is
of a week.
closeted with it's a minimum of a week. I mean, as far as that particular spell is concerned, it is knowledge. I think that one's 25, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all darts are.
Okay,
Yeah,
and so
probably
far
should-
she's got 4.
Cool.
So
Probably
she
say
needs
at least
21
another 3 weeks, probably.
Yeah, a few weeks.
3 weeks at least.
In that case, this would seem quite a reasonable place to learn to improve my wit, would it not?
Right, Dave.
It would help
Harumi's
more.
actually got some points already, has she?
She picked up when she broke through the barrier. she picked up 4.
Okay, because if she'd had some before she rolled the 20, she would have lost them all.
Exactly. But that was the first time she'd actually tried learning it.
That's fine.
So she's got 4 so far. She needs another 21.
And that's not going to happen in 1 more week, is it?
No.
Not possible in 1 week, no.
All right, I just don't want to be
I'd say
cheeky
3.
for an attribute if it's going to push us past where she's likely to be learning the spell. So if I could try and being around all these intelligent people, can I see if some of it rubs off? Oh, wait a minute. No, because that's never mind. I've only got a silver for training. I've got to remember.
Don't worry, Baka, I'll cover you. Right.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Seriously?
she's got more money than spent, you see.
I'm looking after my. Look, if I keep you lot happy and well trained, I might survive myself.
Well, thank you.
Surviving.
Well, unfortunately,
Want my
you
crew
need
to be happy.
You're going to need to persuade someone to let you use their facilities.
Ah, yes. No, I thank you, Kosa, but it's I can't even offer the bribe, and I couldn't ask you to pay for the bribes as well. So no, don't worry about it. I'll see if they got anything that I can do to help around
Well,
here.
I've done the hard bit. I've convinced the teacher to run the class. That's the hard bit. Anyway.
What for? Learning Hiragana.
Hiragana. Yes.
Baka will look very, very, very embarrassed and say he's only just about got a grasp of one language. Yeah.
It's time to start another.
I would rather improve my ability to learn it before learning the new language.
Okay, fair enough. Don't want to. Right.
But thank you.
Kinzo
Very
joining us.
Oh, well, if you're doing Hiragana, then yes, I'll join you.
I think you should probably assume Yanagi will as well. He's about the same level as me, so.
Fair enough.
Yanagi.
Let me just check. Dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. So, as far as that is concerned, Hiragana is not bonus for any of you.
No, we're all peasants. That's not bonus.
Yes. Fair enough.
If you're a merchant. If you're a
I
merchant,
didn't think it was, but I thought I'd check and see.
it might be a bonus
now,
for a merchant.
does anyone have Hiragana at greater than 87? Greater than 86, by the way?
Ew.
Not me.
In that case, there is a katakana teaching scroll.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm literate enough in katakana to use that. That's handy.
Good.
Okie doke.
True to his wit, when hearing that you had a katakana scroll, Baka will look very embarrassed.
Okie doke. So this will basically give you dum-de-dum-de-dum. Literacy is an odd one, so you would get 4 plus your effectively 10 plus your learning rate at a cost of 5 silver.
It's hard, isn't it? So over 60, so that's hard. Right.
So did you say 11 plus my learning rate?
No, it's 10 plus your learning rate.
10.
So 11.
10 plus your
Just
learning
give me a
rate.
BCS. Just give me a BCS. Oh,
If you're
10.95.
already over 60, at a cost of 5 silver each.
I went up by 2 BCS, so is that 0.1 on a mental?
0.1, yeah.
Yes.
Almost there. 10.95 weight now.
11.7 wit. And
We need
does
to
that
get
do
the
anything
wit up because
for
I'm
our
going to need the extra.
status?
Going to need the extra fizz soon.
And everybody who's learned there gets an extra status in the Castle of the Flame.
Nice.
Did they have anything I could do to help out around the place?
Yes, things have been disrupted because of the hasty leaving of the sensei and two of his senior assistants. So there is stuff to be moved around, supplies to be changed, etc. So they're grateful for accepting for your help, and they will give you a point of status at the Castle of the Flame. So you can add that, and that is a 0.4 status multiplier.
1.4. Nice. Okay. What's that? Thank you.
Okie doke.
And will this start on the 11th? Yeah.
No,
No.
No, because
the
there's no
classes
proper
have been
classes.
completely disrupted,
Ah, so we can
and
start
so
on the
this
7th.
actually
Right.
starts on the
7th.
on the 7th, and we'll go to the 16th.
Okay. 11th to the 16th training hiragana. Okay.
This is now a loaded question. Does Harumi make any progress with her spell scroll during that week?
Well, no, this is the week when she breaks through the.
Oh, okay. My mistake. I thought it.
Writer's block.
That's fine.
Or reader's block.
Yeah. I mean, she breaks through and she makes some progress, but it's not the same as learning it in a full week's training. Okay.
This is the second Shugenji who's had this sort of problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know. So, are you going to stay there to keep out of the way in Nobioka and let Harumi learn her spell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take advantage of some of these hot baths.
Greatly appreciate it.
If she ends up here another week, I'm happy to study hiragana or something again for another week. Always up for learning.
Okay. Well,
can't
they
subsidise you,
they are reinstating classes.
Oh yeah.
So
I can't
classes.
subsidise you anymore, Kyūryū.
That's right. Yeah, if there's got the money, we need to go. I need to go and earn some money. Actually, I've got to pay you back.
I've run out. The money that I'm carrying with me is pretty much run out.
Aye, so we need to.
Well, I'm just going to lounge about.
Yeah.
I'm working on something, but can't really do it here. So I'm just
Would it-
thinking about it.
Would it be worth us heading down to that last village and seeing if we can get a bit of work there?
Don't know if there'd be much work going in a little village like that. You really have to go to the city to just pick up jobs on the fly, don't you?
And as far as manual labour is concerned, the spring planting isn't starting yet. The ground is still thawing after that winter, so it's probably too tough to break up. So,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Still
might be able
enjoy
to
some of the
find work.
facilities.
If you have any skills like farmer or woodsman or anything like that, you might be able to find something to do with that.
Yeah, I can do both building and farming.
I could do farming.
Well, you can always go and cry in the village.
If
See whether
you
the
guys
local
are gonna be-
samurai needs anything, or the local headman needs anything.
Are you guys going to be here for another week?
Yeah. Well, if we do leave, we'll be coming.
You went dead, Kosa.
Oops.
Or did I go?
Yeah,
dead?
we will be. It must be you. Yeah, if we did leave, we'll be coming through that village anyway. So, but we will be here for at least a week. I suspect probably 3.
Yeah, I'm not one. I'm just sitting around. I think I'll go and see if I can make a little bit of money on that skin.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I'll go with Baka.
Well, I need to make some money as well. So while Kosa is just relaxing for a week, I'll go and work and try and make some of the money that I'm on.
Heading to the village to see what work you can
To see if
find.
there is
Correct.
anything, yeah.
Kosa, are you travelling with them or lounging around the school or what?
No, I'm going to stay at the school. I'm contemplating something. I'm just going to basically do a bit of thinking and a bit of light practice and whatever. Nothing serious.
You're planning your
Okay,
rocket
well-
down, aren't you?
Mm.
Cool.
Okay,
you
so
know
you're
what
going to basically travel to Shinguru. Fair
Yeah.
enough. The weather is actually warming up. The ground is starting to thaw. And you are traveling to Shinguru. And
Oh, by the way, just real quick, Nick, when we were doing that training up here as well, I was paying for it out of the money you already loaned me, so I hope you didn't pay twice when we were doing it, because I've taken the money out.
I'm about to pay for my bit.
Yeah, because the 3 gold that you gave me, I've been spending that on this training, so just making sure you're not paying for the training twice.
No.
Cool.
could I have wit saving throws from the 3 who are traveling to Shinguru?
Oh dear.
5. I think that makes it. Five is my base saving throw, it just makes it.
Six over.
Okay. So, Kyūryū did make it.
Yes, just.
Right. You know I said that the weather was good and that the ground was thawing?
Mm-hmm.
As you are traveling to Shinguru, you can actually see a whirlwind coming down out of the woods to the north, traveling to the village and starting to rip things up.
Oh, it looked like the
Ah.
car we've really got in. It's in for us, doesn't it?
Well, it dies down after a little while, but it severely damaged a number of the houses, and there are kind of cries of injury from peasants who've been hurt.
Is that
Did it?
is that odd weather for this time of year?
Oh yes, it's completely odd.
I'm going to rush in to see if there's anybody needing, like, pulled out from collapsed buildings or anything. Rush in and see if there's anybody needs help that can be helped.
The samurai's compound has not been affected. It was the other end of the village that got affected, and there aren't any fires, thank goodness. But a couple of the houses have been demolished, and there's severe damage to another dozen or so. And yes, there are injuries, and there are 3 dead.
I don't mean to be cruel to villagers, but please tell me there's someone that needs a beam lifted off them.
Yeah. Is there anyone that needs help?
Oh yes, everybody is jumping in to help and try and rescue people from the. Well, it's not so much rubble; it's collapsed wooden buildings, etc. But when the roof comes down, people do get trapped. So yes, you rescue people. There are severe injuries, but there's also 3 dead.
Oh.
The headman is wringing his hands and bewailing the Kami's bad temper and what have people done? What have people done to upset the Kami? It must be because the daimyo is no longer with us. Blah 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 blah. There's all sorts of questions as to what could have caused it, but nobody really knows. All they know is that some sort of magical word. It's an ill wind, as they say, that blows nobody any good. So you can get a week's work at 2 copper a head per day.
Okay.
So plus your food is included. So you can have a week's work at 20 copper to increase your funds.
I'd say that was
You're
lucky we
happy?
came along when we did.
Yeah. Not for
Thanks
the
very
peop-
much.
not for the people that are hurt, but
And let me just check something. That's not that. So file. There. That's the one I wanted. So the nearest Buddhist temple is actually down in Nobioka. So they're either going to have to wait for a travelling priest or send somebody to Nobioka to get somebody. They will send someone to the Twin Inn to see if there is a Buddhist priest available. Travelling along. And are they lucky? No. So the messenger will continue on to Nobioka. And after a couple of days, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 days later, a Buddhist priest arrives to do the funerals. They also send a messenger to the Castle of the Flame to ask what the hell went on. Do the wizards know? And Kosa and Harumi will hear of this, and they will also hear that the Shugenja don't know. It was obviously a magical attack of some kind. They don't know why or who was involved. Okay. Is attempting to learn her Torimono.
Yes, going to try again.
Okay. So. So, learning your spell. You are now in a place that is suitable. You do not have a teacher teaching you, but it's available. Now, do you wish to try and persuade one of the teachers who is running a class to teach you that spell? Yep, or not?
Yeah, we'll try.
Okie doke. So, in that case, it's what's your status in the group status?
Group status is 16 with them.
So that's a base BCS of 3 plus 6 because he's already teaching a lesson. That's 9.
9.
Plus 1 per silver piece gift.
And we'll do 6 again.
Okie doke. So that's 9 and roll 2d6. Yes, so that's a full 6, that's 15. So 15 or less, and the teacher will teach you. Yes. So you get the bonus for that as well. So, you need to make an effect number on your School of Magic. So I think your base BCS is 10 at the moment.
Yes.
So effect number on your School of Magic is where you want another 4. Do you want to roll a d20, Brian?
Yeah, what's that?
Ah, a -1. However, to that you add your level, which takes it to 0, your learning rate, which takes it to 2, and use of a reference library, and half the teacher's level. So, this particular teacher is level... Where is he? Level 5. So that would be 2.5. So you're up to 4.5. Now the question is, what's available in the reference library? And I think I said that was that much. That was it. And second, well, I just... Okay, so roll a d6. And that's 4. So you've increased your task points by 8.5. So that gives you a net 12.5 task points. So you're halfway there in the first week. And that will cost you, that was 2 silver.
Okay.
Do you wish to try again the next week?
Yes.
You're going to get Kosa's permission to do so?
Well, I'll see if I can.
Kosa, are you happy for...
Yeah, I mean, that's what we
Harumi
came for, so let's crack on. That's what we're here for. And the others haven't returned from the village yet, so keep doing it.
No. Fair enough. In that case, given that you persuaded him the first week, he is willing to teach you the second week as well. So, the second week, effect number against your School of Water. So d20 again.
Okay. 20.
So that's a net 3 there. Plus your level, 4. Plus your learning rate, 6. Plus half his level, puts it up to 8.5. Plus a d6 from the reference library, because you've not used it up yet.
9.
Whoa! So that's 14.5. You have learned the spell. Congratulations.
Hey.
So what day does she finish learning it? What date?
That's after the second week. And let's see. So. So, given that it's 25 knowledge, learning that spell, you get 2.5 Shigendo.
0.5. Okay.
That'll cost you another 2 silver that week.
That's
And that took you up to. So that is. Up to there. So that will actually take you up to. Is that right? Uh,
5.78, Dave.
5.78 what?
Shugendo or Harumi.
Is it? I thought it was 1/10 of the knowledge.
Yes, 2.5 plus 3.28 is 5.78.
Ah, right, fine. That takes you up to 10 Kizuragi. So that's the end of that week. So if the party in the village wish to work on for another week, they get another week of 20 copper earnings.
Sorry, are we still in Mitsuki?
You basically arrived at the Castle of the Flame in the first week.
Mm-hmm.
There were then 2 weeks of disrupted classes. The first and second weeks were lost. But you had a miscellaneous class in Hiragana. Harumi then started learning her spell with a teacher in the last week of Mitsuki, and then completed it in the first week of Kizuragi. So you are up to the 10th of Kizuragi.
Okay, so we've got another week and a half of work to do, or a week and... Yeah, 2.5 weeks of work we could do in that village.
Well, basically, you finished your classes, so you went to the village, and you can effectively get. Took you a day to travel there, so that's 23. I've already given you 10, so you can have another 13 days of work there at 2 copper a day. So that's another 26 copper.
Okay.
Lovely.
So Kinzo, Baka, and Kyūryū, another 26 copper.
And the date is now?
The date is now 10 Kizuragi.
This would be
And I believe that is probably a good time to stop for the night.
Reckon so.
Harumi, you have learned your spell, so we can add it to your list. The Torimono is no longer useful to you.
Bye-bye.
Do you wish to negotiate with the school to try and give it back to them and get a different Torimono? In other words, do you wish to ask them for a task?
Sure.
Well, might I suggest that you have a discussion with the group leader, as they may wish to do something different.
Well, since I
Well,
have
you
the
can
group
ask for a
leader here,
task. If Kiso, Kinzo, and the rest wish to do something else, you may end up doing the task by yourself. So speak to your group leader.
I'm up
Okay.
to my puppy dog eyes.
Doesn't work.
Well,
Well, I suggest you find out what they're offering. Can't make a decision until we know what's
Worth
involved.
asking, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, let's
We
see
will
what they're
dis-
willing to offer.
We will discuss it next week. All right.
Did my earned status go up with the Castle of
Oh,
Flame?
true. Yes. My apologies. You gain an additional 2 status at the castle.
Okay.
Right. The team in the village each get a point of on for rushing in to help in a disaster. Right.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice constant on from actions, isn't it?
Correct.
Actions one.
Do we get any status with the village?
was
You
on
do
that.
actually. We can add that in as well if you wish. It may not be actually worth that much because it's a pretty foxy village, but you can
Well,
add
that's not the point.
Shinguru. You can add Shinguru, and you've helped out for 2 weeks, and I will give you an initial 3 status for rushing in to help. So that gives you 5 status in Shinguru.
Nice.
Okay, I didn't have an extra line for it, so I've just wrote a note.
Sorry, I can add one in on the sheet. That's not a problem. This is one of those things that you get status popping up everywhere. So, dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum.
What's the village's multiplier?
0.00 what?
Check. Not high. It's going to be dependent on the samurai who's in charge, and I need to double check that. Okay.
Okay.
So I will tell you that next time.
Oh, I'll assume it's 0.1 at the moment.
At the moment, 0.1 is a good guess.
Yeah, okay.
So you have 5 earned status in Shinguru village.
5. Okay.
5. Well, there was 3 for the initially rushing in to help, which, given that it was a dangerous situation, and you weren't members of the village, it was a bonus. And you've now had 2 weeks working in the village, so 5.
Okay.
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 So I think that's probably a good time to call it a break.
Yeah.
And I will consider the mission that they wish you to undertake in return for another Torimono next week.
Yeah.
And
In a fortnight.
In a fortnight,
Yep.
and we'll see how things go then.
Excellent.
Everybody
Thanks,
happy?
that was really good.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Graham. And I just wanted to say.
You picked a very good time to not be in Nobioka. I'll give you that.
I wanted to say on this one as well before I close the recording, because that is us now playing for a year. Thanks for a year of great gaming. I'm really loving Bushido, guys. It's been absolutely fantastic. Here's to many more.
Yeah.
Good.